Peace and all good. Welcome to episode 5 of our focus group discussion series featuring selected fresh Laudisian graduates, this time from batch 2024. Here, we'll be talking about their research experience last school year. We unpack the highs and lows of research work and the lifelong lessons that come with it. So allow me to first and foremost thank this bunch of Laudisian alumni who took time out of their busy schedules to join us in our activity so that we can learn lessons out of their own stories. So, August tayo mostly. Okay? So, maraming salamat ulit for taking time. I know that you are probably busy with your respective personal schedules and please know that I appreciate this gesture so much. This practice has already been ongoing for the past 5 years. So instrumental lagi yung success ng activity, nakasalalay siya lagi sa involvement ng mga alumni. Kaya maraming salamat sa inyo. Okay, so to start off with our conversation or kwentuhan, let's do quick introductions. Okay, please mention your name, your strand, and if you can still remember your research topic or title from inquiries and specialized research. Who'd like to go first?
Vince, ikaw na yan.
Oo na. Hello, I'm Vince Palacio of the STEM strand. Ang naging research title namin was yung pag-develop ng patient information leaflets. So, 'di ba napaka-STEM? Ayun po.
Sige, ako na yung next. So, hi, I'm JL Yanzariak de la Rosa II from 12 UMS, batch 2024. And yung topic namin is actually hindi siya pang UMS. It's a comprehensive assessment of the LSQC High School Gym, a concept design. So, medyo leaning towards STEM pa din yung ano namin, pero UMS kami. Na-arouse naman siya.
Hello po, I'm Nathaniel De Luna from 12 Humes. And yung research topic namin was the influence of visual propaganda in affecting emotional response and bias. So, gusto lang namin na makita yung sa emotional responses ng mga tao on a certain propaganda art or picture.
And later on, Francis Lugto of 12 Humes will also be joining us. Their research was essentially community-based and sa pagsama niya sa atin mamaya, mas lalo pa nating malalaman yung detalye ng kanilang naging experience doing or conducting community-based research. At naka-deploy talaga sila sa field last year. Okay, so it's good to see you all. Yes, Ika. Ay, sorry, Ika. Sige, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Luis Casiano of batch 2024, UMS grade 12. And yung topic po na research namin is medyo UMS na UMS rin kasi more on religion focused. Kasi ang research topic namin ay advocating advocacy through the Lectio Divina. So, gumawa kami ng Lectio Divina module na ginagamit ang aspects at saka ideologies ng Huwag Kang Magnakaw advocacy.
Thank you so much, Ika. And my apologies for the slight oversight earlier. So in this group or in this bunch of Laudisians, well represented strands except for ABM because while they have their inquiries, investigations, and immersion applied course, it takes on a different form kasi contextualized siya sa specialization nila in ABM. GAS is also represented in this conversation through the group of Mr. De Luna and Mr. Icasiano as well. Okay, so again, I mentioned that Francis Lugto will also be joining us later on, and he'll be talking about their group's experience being deployed in a community-based research. Miss nyo na LSQC?
Oh?
Miss nyo na ba LSQC? Or is it too early to ask?
Wait, ako po ba ma'am or lahat?
Kahit sino.
Guys,
Ayos mo
Sakto pa lang, sakto pa lang.
sakto pa lang. Okay.
Kasi
Ano, ma'am?
nandun
Ay,
na
sige,
po
go.
nung ano eh. Kumuha po ako ng mga pictures. Ayun nga po, nung kailan ba yun? Nung isang araw po. Punta lang po ako to get yung pictures sa library. Tapos kumuha din ako ng Form 137. Siguro ang pinaka nakaka-miss lang po doon, kaya ako nasasabing nakaka-miss nga, is yung mga amount of people na pagka nagkakasalubungan kami nagbabatian kami katulad nila Miss Noemi, nila Ma'am Riquedan, yung mga ganun po. So parang sa college po kasi syempre new environment, hindi mo naman makukuha yung ganung treatment kaysa dun sa pinaglakihan mo for almost over 6 years.
And
I
you were
agree,
about
ma'am.
to say something also. Sige, go ahead.
Opo, I agree. Kasi nung isang araw lang po, di ba, parang nagkakitaan po tayo, ma'am.
Mhm.
I think I agree with ano na, ang una mong mamimiss is yung mga taong nakakasalamuha mo. Pero the place itself po, parang sabi ko nga kaya nila sa mga kasama ko noon na we have not been, matagal na tayong, hindi pa masyadong matagal na wala tayo dito para ma-miss yung lugar.
Yes.
Siguro by the time na may ma-renovate dun sa sa high school building, siguro dun ko palang masabing, miss ko na nga to. Pero wala
So,
pa, it's too early for that.
Mhm. So pag na-execute na yung concept design ng research
Yes.
group mo,
Opo.
doon mo na mamimiss ang
Miss.
LSBC. Okay,
Opo.
nonetheless, it's refreshing to hear that your initial stories, prepping for college, your memories about our alma mater. Pero syempre, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong hapon o ngayong araw, essentially, isa siyang pagbabalik tanaw. Specifically tungkol sa inyong naging research experience as a previous grade 12 student. And for your information, one highlight that the school is looking forward to this coming school year is that we are about to celebrate the 70th founding anniversary of LSQC. So baka sa ngayon hindi nyo pa namimiss ang LSQC, pero sana by February of 2025, if your schedule permits, dahil magkakaroon definitely ng mga activities at ng mga events. If your schedule permits at kaya naman, pupunta, bumisita, drop by the school, visit your school, the teachers, the people in the school, because after all, sons of Lourdes you'll ever. Okay? And like you, or mainly sa marami sa atin right now, our classes also will start by August 6. Tapos first sem pa lang, Tuesday to Saturday, ang magiging class sched ng senior high school students. So that's roughly 2 to 3 weeks from now. At yun yung isa sa mga pinaghahandaan natin, yung upcoming opening of the classes. And we'll also be starting with our focus group discussion. And to start the ball rolling, my first question for the group, and anyone can answer, can you still remember how your research group was formed? Anyone?
Later na lang po yun sa akin, ma'am, since I think different po yata yung approach nung ano namin.
Okay. Sige, would like to
Sige, ako
answer.
na mauna. Hello? Excuse me. Narinig po ba ako?
Yes.
Hello, ayun. I think it's been a practice na rin naman na yung naging ni Miss Chat sa amin na nagkaroon ng topic maps ba yun? Kasi yung merong chart wherein you would put yung mga interest nyo, yung mga gusto nyo maging research topic. And then, after careful consideration, si ma'am ang nag-decide on who to pair us up with, depending dun sa mga topic na nilagay namin doon. And dun sa tatlo kong politically related na topic, ang napili ni ma'am ay yung sports related. So I got paired with mostly with my friends. Kasi syempre yung mga gusto ho nilang topic is of course related to sports and all that. And fun fact, nabuo yung group namin, and then nung pinipili namin yung leader dahil nga we're friends, pinili namin yung leader through yung ruleta.
Really? Ngayon ko lang malalaman
Opo,
na
kasi
nag-roleta kayo? Huh? Okay.
yes ma'am. Parang hindi kami makapili ng sports kasi kami iba-iba talaga yung specialization namin when it comes to, kasi ako, yes, nagpe-play ako ng sports pero hindi naman ako as parang kasing delve doon kaysa sa politics. So wala sa amin yung parang hands-on kasi iba-iba pa po yung sports namin. Yung isang kagrupo ko basketball, ako badminton, yung isa biking, yung isa pa may hika. So hindi, I mean, 'di ba? Parang kaya nagroleta kami kung sige na sino magiging leader. Ayan.
Mhm.
Ganun
Okay.
nung nabuo yung group namin.
Ngayon ko lang talaga to nalaman. Wala akong nare-recall na nakwento ninyo whether in passing or inside the formal classroom. Yun ko lang nalaman na nagroleta pala kayo sa topic. But nonetheless, it's still valid kasi technically random sampling nga yan. Tsaka na-consider equally yung inyong
Opo.
preferences. Okay? How about in the case of your class, Vince? Can you still remember?
Though ano po sa amin, medyo similar nga yung ng interest-based yung groupings. Parang ang pinagawa po sa amin noon, ano po kami sa forms, tapos rank of your choice, rank 1 kung ano yung pinakagusto mong area na i-focus on. So kunyari on my case po, parang naging nutrition, tapos environment, tapos nakalimutan ko na po yung pangatlo. Pero parang ganun po yung ano. So syempre nagkaroon po ng parang mini na dayaan sa amin sa mga kung sino yung mga gustong magkagrupo. Kunyari, gusto ko kagrupo si ganito, ang pipiliin niya, ang ipapapili ko sa kanya sa forms, parang ayun, top 1 mo yung yung environment,
Okay.
top 2 mo yung nutrition, ganun. Tapos once the day after yung research class namin, si Ma'am Faye, inano niya na, parang sinort niya na po yung mga tapos tsaka na po nalaman kung sino yung mga magkakasama sa grupo.
Mhm. So, meaning to say, Vince, yung sa Google form na pinagamit sa inyo, preset na yung categories or yung options na pagpipiliin and you were tasked to rank these items according to your preference.
Apo.
I see. All right. Now, in the case of our class, by the way, last year, ang hinandle ni ma'am for the incoming grade 12 watching this video, last school year, ang teaching load ni Miss Chat was to handle the Humes and the Gast strand for one school year. So both in inquiries and in specialized research. And in our class, what we did, kagaya nung na-recall ni Paeng, I provided them with worksheets which basically contained a semantic map which will identify what their research interests were. So per research interest, I also gave instruction for them to specify that concept or that big research idea further. Okay? At mula dun sa worksheet na yon, so naglatag talaga si ma'am dun sa long table dito sa parasitic, lahat ng worksheets naka-map out siya, parang isang malaking universe siya ng research interests ng students na hinahandle ko. And I began to identify possible recurring patterns. Sino yung mga posibleng pwedeng magkagrupo based sa similarities nila sa kanilang research interests that need not be identical. Actually, mahirap talagang makakuha ng identical mismo pagdating sa research interests ng klase. Pero yun, nag-analyze, nag-identify si ma'am ng possible patterns na pwedeng para makabuo ng, I think we had 4 research groups for our class composed of 20 students for Hume's Cats. And for full transparency, ewan ko kung nabanggit ko na rin nung nagkaklase pa tayo, but aside from that worksheet, I also took into consideration the feedback I got from your previous practice teacher. Kumbaga, that was also one of the factors I considered in formulating and in finalizing your research group. So, yun yung mga tinignan, pinag-aralan na factors ni ma'am before I came up with a final decision. And aside from the group of Paeng, my follow-up question for the group and anyone can answer, in your group's context, how did you select who your research group leader will be? So sila Paeng nag-roleta, how about the others?
Well, yung sa amin po is based po sa experience. Kasi yung isa po sa amin, naging research leader din po siya last year. So, na-base din po namin yung sa experience niya at saka yung sa kanyang work ethics kung paano siya gumalaw as a research leader. Yan lang po.
All right. So it's experience for one of the groups. How about the others?
Uh, for us naman po, ma'am, I think was team chemistry po nun. So yung dynamics din po namin as a group. Sila Kyrie po kasi and sila Kiara, part sila ng edit nun.
Mhm.
And part sila ng LCC and medyo ano yung positions po nila. So, yun nga, that's another like something on their plate. So, ako naman po, part din naman po ng LCC nung time na yun. Hindi naman po ganun ka like demanding yung task ko nung time na yun. Kaya parang nagkaroon na po ng parang internal agreement na parang di namin parang kayang itodo lahat kasi may iba din kaming ginagawa. So like, pwedeng ikaw na lang gano'n. And
Mhm.
gano'n din naman po sila Kurt tsaka sila Nigel nung time na yun. Parang, kumbaga parang, alam ko din mo parang bago lang po kasi si Nigel. So like, hinahanap lang po niya yung footing niya at the same time. So parang ako yung nag-bridge sa dalawang
Yes.
friend group. Kasi ang alam ko po, hindi rin po magkasing, di parang, how do I say this? Kumbaga hindi po sila, wait lang.
Aligned?
Okay. Opo, parang gano'n.
Ayan,
So
okay.
parang, yun nga, parang ako po yung nag-act as bridge para magkaroon po ng smooth flow doon sa parang
Mhm.
magiging team dynamics po namin.
Mhm. How about in the case of your group, Vince? How did you select who the leader will be?
Yung sa amin po, makaawa lang po yung dalawa.
Paano nagmakaawa? I mean, ano siya?
Kasi,
Consensus naman. Wala namang pilitan.
oo, consensus
I
naman.
see.
Kasi I saw naman din na mahirap din naman kung sa tao pa na to mapupunta yung role. Kasi nga, medyo halata na hindi naman talaga nila kaya o ano. I feel like naman, comfortable naman ako sa mga naging ka-group mates ko po. So, I felt comfortable also getting that role din of leadership.
Mhm. Ika, anything else to add?
Para po sa grupo ko, miss, sinabi ko po sa sarili ko nung grade 12 na na during my senior years in Lourdes, magbabago po para sa kinabukasan ko po. Tsaka dahil po sa grupo ko, wala po masyadong nag-step up para maging lead. Nakita ko po yung opportunity na yun mag-group leader. Tsaka dahil dun po, medyo na-experience ko po, tsaka ayun, nag-succeed po.
Mhm. So it's good to hear na magkakaiba yung pamamaraan nung at least yung informants natin na part ng FGD this afternoon. One group particularly took it in a randomized manner na nagroleta nga. Merong iba na based naman sa experience, merong isa na very democratic na based on consensus, while yung dalawa naman mainly took on the initiative, took on that role of being the year-long research group leader, except for Paeng, right? It's a different leadership role for you, di ba? And how was that
Opo.
transformation, yung role transformation na nangyari during the school year? How was it like?
Well, at first naman po kasi nung nagro-ruleta, actually ako lang din nag-propose doon kasi parang for a change, sabi ko, parang, well, last year din po kasi last year, nung grade 11, hindi po ako yung research leader. So at some point, I doubted myself din. Kaya ko ba yung research? So kaya sabi, alam ko na ho na dun sa dynamic ng group namin, matik na yun, sipain na. So sabi ko, magruleta na lang tayo. But nung time na may nangyari dun sa group, tapos nagkakaroon ng change and transition, I'm really, na-appreciate ko naman ho yung grupo ko kasi they naging supportive sila talaga. I mean, it didn't hindi kami nagmukhang wala nang leader, ano nang mangyayari sa atin. It didn't go that way. What happened was immediately nung nalaman yung pumasok na sa akin yung balita, kahit sorry ma'am, pero kahit kasi sinabi mo nun na that time, wag mo na sabihin, I really, I took the opportunity na sabihin dun sa group ko kasi para makapag-isip sila para at that time, makapag-isip na kami ng gagawin. And then, yun yung nangyari. So by the time na nung kinakausap yun na ho kami as a whole group, it was already planned out na namin kung anong gagawin namin. And ayun. So I wouldn't say na it was a smooth um transition, pero nagawa namin, naraos namin siya. Kasi basically nung naging leader namin yung bago sa akin, is that meron siyang ibang plano and siya talaga yung may visual kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin for um the research topic. Kasi kasama dun sa ruleta is yung pagsunod kung kaninong topic yung iaano namin, yung isusundin namin. But since we already started out with yung topic niya, so tinuloy na lang po namin yun imbis na baguhin ko rin pati yung topic namin.
Tapos, gusto
So,
ko lang
ayun po.
i-point out, Paeng, na yung ginawa mo, yung pag-intervene mo na yun, that's essentially foresight, having foresight as a leader, na you had an anticipation, you had mapped out a plan, a secondary plan for your group, para ano't ano man yung naging concern na nangyayari, mareresolba pa rin, hindi makakaapekto dun sa kabuuan ng inyong project, which is the expected outcome for the school year. And I appreciate you stepping up, taking the initiative para, I know that for some, it might mean, hindi ka sumunod kay Miss Chat. Pero nagbunga naman siya. Kumbaga, yung pinanggalingan, hindi man yung inaasahan, pero yung ibinunga niya for the group ay nakatulong pa. And for that, I thank you. Okay, so another key observation after listening into your answers rather to the first two questions of our FGD is that I'm talking with group leaders. Okay, so my follow-up question to the group, after completing the year-long project, do you have any regrets being the group leader? The more honest it is, the better, Sige.
Pwede pa mag-start po.
Sure, go ahead.
So, feeling ko po wala pa akong regrets one way or the other kasi once na hindi ako nag-step up, mukhang kakalas po yung group dynamics po namin. Yan lang po yung may isip ko po. Kasi feel ko po na once na hindi ko ni-reach out sa group leader ko po na tutulong na lang ako sa pagdating sa internal group dynamics natin para mas maayos yung daloy ng paper. Kapag hindi ko yun sinabi, baka mas stress out din siya kasi ayun, kahit based from experience din siya nung last year, it doesn't mean na mas maganda yung magiging flow nung grade 12 kasi nung sinabi niya sa akin na medyo na breakdown na po siya, hindi na niya po kaya at saka kailangan niya din ng help. Mas buti na lang, nag-step up na lang ako. Sinabi ko sa kanya na mag-step up din ako para mas maganda yung progress ng paper namin. So, yun.
Thank you, Nathaniel. No regrets siya. How about the others? Meron ba sa atin
Miss,
nagre-regret? Sige, Ika, go
I
ahead.
guess, para sa akin po, Miss, pinaka-regret ko po sa output namin sa Lecture Divina modules, parang isip ko po na pwede pa i-improve, bale. Kasi yung sa mga plano po namin, napag-usapan po namin, translanguaging, multilingualism, tsaka isang Filipino version. Kaso kulang sa oras. So yun, parang marami kaming ideas na hindi na-implement, bale. At saka
But,
pwede pa po i-improve yung module po namin.
but
Yun po.
Luis, as a leader, did you regret being one or serving as one for your group?
Hindi po, Miss.
Oh,
Kasi
okay.
medyo accomplishing yun na makita mo na, yun nga, nag-succeed kayo. Nagawa niyo yung
Okay.
output niyo. Tsaka
Mhm.
na-experience pa yung yun.
Thank you,
Medyo
Luis.
maganda nga.
How about you, Vince, Paeng, Francis? Any regrets or did you regret being the group leader of your research group?
Vince, magsalita ba?
Sige, wait lang. Mabilis na naman. For me naman po, ma'am, hindi po talaga. Kasi, I guess, mas nagre-regret ako sa fact na I didn't work hard as much as dun sa iba. Though I think they beg to differ. Pero, para sa akin kasi, I guess, sige, pwede namang ako yung gumawa ng pero most likely kasi na magiging nun, ako yung gagawa ng lahat. So, I don't really regret being yung leader para sa kanila. Kasi I feel like na kung may iba man sa amin yung naging leader, mas magiging hectic or chaotic yung buong grupo namin. So, I believe naman in my skills na makipag-usap sa kanila isa-isa kasi kinailangan talaga namin. And ayun, eventually naman nag-pan out ng maganda yung po namin, output.
Thank you. Paeng, Kiko, kayong dalawa.
Ako po siguro not a regret, pero siguro I just hope hope ko na sana pala medyo hindi ganun yung ginawa ko. Kasi nung nag-transition, medyo nag-iba talaga yung dynamic in terms of yung former leader kasi namin was medyo all-around player siya. So, dahil siya nga nakaisip ng topic na yun, medyo marunong siyang yung measurement, mas marunong din siya mag-sketch up. So basically, yung pasikot-sikot dun sa research paper, somehow, kahit hindi man niya perfect lahat yun, may alam siya sa bawat tagpi-tagpi. Unlike me, na my role was write up and then intindihin yung buong topic kung tama pa ba yung nangyayari and then mag-present. And to be honest, at that time, nag-expect talaga ako ng output dun sa mga group mates ko and I made it clear sa kanila na dahil ako na yung leader, wala akong magagawa. So, I mean, so, kailangan gumawa. And at one time, ang dami ko kasing medyo challenges na hinarap yung mga group mates ko, especially yung isa. And despite that challenges, siguro, parang, yes, inintindi ko naman siya, pero imbis kasi sabihin ko sa kanya na, sige ako nagagawa, akuin ko na. Hindi nga ako marunong ng SketchUp. So, imbis of sinabi yun, ang sinabi ko, o sige, kaya mo yan, gantong oras natin tirahin, gantong oras natin gawin. Matatapos mo ba? Tapos, sinabi naman, at that time, sinabi naman niya kaya niya. So, naging firm ako na, o sige, gawin mo na yan. And then, nag-stand, natapos na naman po yun last minute bago mag-final defense. Pero, parang siguro, I just wish na as a leader at that situation, meron akong alam dun sa ibang aspeto ng research. Kasi it was really para akong leader na just na depend at the same time, I'm the leader, they depend on me, but at the same time, kung wala sila, the research wouldn't really move towards anything. Kasi nga, I really need their skill as well. Pero I'm really hindi naman ako nagsisisi masyado kasi united front naman kaming gumalaw dun sa research. And ayun.
Thank you, Paeng. Lastly, Kiko, how about you?
Hindi ko po masabing nag-regret ako. Pero at the same time, hindi ko sinabing medyo happy ako sa nangyayari. Parang naging leader ako kasi parang it must be done. Kumbaga, parang kapag hindi, baka magkanda leche-leche yung paper namin. So, siguro ang regret ko lang siguro po is hindi ko nabigay siguro lahat ng kaya ko. Kasi naging apat kami dun sa research group po namin. So, I had to like be an all-rounder din po. So, may times na parang nararamdaman ko na parang I'm spreading myself too thinly. Kasi, kulang kami ng manpower. Pero kahit alam ko na yung kapasidad ng bawat member namin sometimes accounts for like 2 research members, ganun. Pero yun nga po, medyo may mga other responsibilities na kami sa school. Kaya minsan ako po yung sumasalo. Kaya kung titignan yung mga rubric namin kapag may research, nakalagay doon yung monopolizing work. ako yung bagsak palagi doon. So, yun, gets ko naman kaya. Pinapayagan ko naman na ganun. Tsaka, yun nga po, parang, it is what it is po. So, yung ginagawa ko na lang.
I have a follow-up question specifically for Kiko and Paeng. Kasi I was thinking about this, hearing your answers earlier. What do you think is the ideal research group size? Number of members. Ibig bang sabihin, Kiko, yung 4, hindi talaga kaya? Tapos pag 5 ba, sobra na yun? 6, sobra na ba yun? Your thoughts?
Ah, wala po kasi yan sa quantity mo. Nasa quality po yan ng members. No?
Members.
Kung meron kayong, kung 4 lang kayo, pero meron kayong kapasidad ng parang per one member to research, mabilis yung magagawa eh. Pero kung 6 kayo doon, tapos ang kapasidad ng isa, di pa kumakalahati, ang magiging parang consequence nun, mahihila niyo yung team kasi aasa kayo na aasa pero wala kayong makukuha. So, hindi po siya by the numbers na
Quantity, but
kumbaga.
quality.
Opo,
Alright.
quality.
Yeah.
Is it the same for
I-
you, Paeng?
Yes, ma'am, I agree. Especially, since I was medyo firm ako nung nag-lead ako, they were trying to have magkaroon ng leeway kung paano ko utuin. At that time, there was one member na siya, at some point naman, hindi talaga siya gumagawa. And then, dumating yung point na yung isang member na to, sinasabi na niya, yun na lang pagawin mo, yun na lang pagawin mo. To the point na gumagawa na yung member na yun, siya hindi pa siya gumagawa. So, pero ideally, yung size number, yes, it depends. Pero siguro, hindi rin siguro, pero para sa akin medyo small na yung 4. Kasi rarely lang din naman na yung isang tao doon may kapasidad na pang-5, di ba? So I think okay yung 5 sa amin kasi despite nung na-add yung isa sa amin, which was from their group, nabawasan kami ng isa. So, naging 5 lang din kami at 10. Pero sa tingin ko, optimal na po yung 5. Yung 4, it's risky. But at the same time, yung 5, at least, merong isang parang pang-substitute pag talaga. Ganun.
Alright, all noted. Vince, anything to add? Would you like to say
Well,
something?
Opo. Kung sa amin nga po 5 pero 3 lang kaming gumagawa.
Oh no.
Ibig sabihin nun, ma'am, magsipag lang talaga. Kahit 3 kayo o 2 lang kayo, wala tayong paki kung ilan yung number of people dun sa loob ng group. At the end of the day, you have to work pa rin on the paper. You're doing it for you eh. So, wag tayo masyadong like, sila nga 5, sila nga ganito. Pero, kasi, naaano lang ako dun sa the fact na 5 kami, pero pagkadating sa consultations, lagi lang kaming 3 nandun. Tapos bihira na lang yung 2 kasi nga yung isa nagkasakit na o ano. Parang ganun po yung nangyayari sa akin. So, kung kinaya namin ng 3, kaya.
Okay. Dahil
Kaya
dyan,
yan.
Vince, magta-triad na lang ang incoming grade 12. Biro lang.
Tapos, may naisip po ako, ma'am. Pwedeng
Mm.
4 yung members, pero yung research course, dapat 2 taon din.
Ah, grabe.
2 years yung tagal naman.
So kung ano yung progress 1, 2, tsaka credit specialized research, isa lang ang papel.
Yun po.
Ito lang.
Alright.
Para
Okay.
may quality yung research.
Interesting take dun sa ating mga na-reveal na concerns, which mostly dealt with how you interacted, how you managed your peers and your group members. So my follow-up question is, how did you handle disagreements or conflict within the group? Halimbawa, Paeng was talking about at times there would be particular members who would try to reason out of a certain task. So pag ganon na may posibleng disagreement or concern or away, kung umabot man sa ganon, paano niyo siya hinahandle as the research group leader?
So on my case po, usually po, di ba, nagkakaroon po kami ng mga private talks with the group po, and I know that Ma'am Chat, na nakasama ka din po sa mga talks din na po yun. Kasi yung naging group dynamics kasi po namin nun, kung yung iba po, mga nasa 3, kami po, 2 kalahati, or minsan 2 lang. So, yung, so for for a few times po kami nag-talk with one another na real talk. Pero yung kada real talk po, parang may surge lang na gumagawa siya in the first few days, tapos slowly na hindi na ulit siya magpaparamdam. Naging concern na po namin yun. So, yung ginagawa po namin ng leader is nakakapag na lang po kami, nakapagsabi na lang, it is what it is, yun na lang yung magawa namin. We need to push forward. Kailangan namin matapos yung paper kasi nung time na po yun, nag-fall behind na po kami sa mga deadlines at saka sa mga certain task po na kailangan po namin na yun na po, on the day na po namin submit. Pero hindi po namin nakaya po, inarush na lang po namin ng leader po yung mga task po, to the point na mukhang finish pero unfinished naman po talaga. So, pangit po yung quality of output na we work on. Pati din po hanggang ngayon po, napapaisip po namin na maganda ba po yung research paper namin. Kahit tapos na po yung final defense, maganda ba yung kinalabasan ng paper namin? Kasi at the moment, until now po, I feel ko po na it can be better po. Yung output po can be better if lahat po nag-participate at lahat po nag-contribute. Pero at the end of the day, halos dala-dalawa lang po kami or 3 po eh. Yun lang po.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And aside from conducting conferences or consultations with your course teacher, I believe this was a transparent policy in our class that in cases wherein a particular member or members would be repeatedly not contributing to the task, one option, and it's one of actually the extreme options that we have available in class, is that we do partial scoring, meaning whatever the group receives a score for a particular group assessment, may option ang leaders or in consensus with the rest of the members kung partial scoring ba ang makukuha ng member na iyon, the member involved. So it can be 50% or 60%, and that would have corresponding impact to their individual grade. Okay? So that's just one of the concerns that happened last school year. How about in the case of the other groups? How did you handle disagreements or concerns within your research group?
Para sa
Ay,
akin po,
sorry, go.
Miss. Ay, sige, ano?
Hindi, go lang. Go.
Wait, ako pa. Teka. So, para sa akin po, Miss, since puro gas po yung mga kagroup ko, besides yung isang member, usually po, Miss, nagkakaproblema yung schedule. So, dahil doon po, Miss, naghahanap na lang po ng compromise. So, minsan, parang sinasalo po muna namin yung partially yung ibang task po. Tapos, pagkatapos po nun, pag free na po yung ibang gas, papagawa ko po doon. Bale, naghanap po talaga ako ng compromise, tsaka pinaraan ko po talaga yung problema na yun.
And you initiated the opportunities for compromises within the group.
Apa.
Okay. That's good. Thank you, Luis. Paeng, you were about to tell something earlier or a while ago.
Yes po.
Go ahead.
Within the group naman po kasi, siguro one of our advantages din as a group is that meron lang kanya-kanyang skills yung mga tao. And like for example, si Pio and si Nigel, they're really good at SketchUp. And parang gumagawa silang dalawa. So when may argument sa design and SketchUp, I'm only there to oversee it. Kung what I think is better, ano bang mas makakaganda. Pero to jump para panghimasukan sila, I wouldn't be able to do that kasi sila yung gumagawa nun. Kasi so parang in layman's term, yung nangyari sa amin is that unless you have a better idea, huwag ka na magsalita. Parang kasi meron kaming kanya-kanyang tasks dun sa group. And which really helped us na magkaroon ng, kumbaga,
Boundaries, gano'n?
autonomy pa rin kahit isang, parang boundaries and autonomy na makagawa kami within, as individuals, kasi iba-iba yung skills namin. And as a group leader, and yung mga ibang grupo din, pag nagbi-meeting na kami ng sabay-sabay, dun pa lang kami nagsasabi ng opinions namin about each other's work. Pero, like for example, si Pio at si Nigel, silang dalawa lang talaga yung nag-work sa SketchUp. Tapos titignan ko na lang after. When it comes to write-up ng buong research, hindi rin masyadong nangingialam ho sila Nigel at saka si Pio kasi I'm the one who oversees that ng pag kay Philip and kay Sean. And then when it comes to other things, na yung mga petty arguments, like for example, sinong magsusukat ng gym na napakatagal, it really, medyo parang it really comes down to sinong hindi nagtrabaho this week. Kasi bahala kayo dyan, umakyat na kayo doon. And in fairness naman po kasi, I think it's part of our fluoridation value. Siguro napansin ko naman kasi ang dami din gano'n na parang lahat naman takot bumagsak. So as a leader, ewan kung may madami din gano'n, you kind of use that as leverage para, tumulong kayo sa group if you want to be really part of it, and you give concern to the paper kung talagang gusto mo yung papel. And sa awa ng Diyos, lahat naman po kami really grew to love the paper na we were trying to do kasi ang dami rin, yung efforts din namin was extensive to the point na nanghihingi kami ng letter kung kani-kanino para makapasok sa gym, umakyat para makaakyat dito. And so much so that nakatulong din siguro na wala kami masyadong argument na kunyari yung isang panelist namin, hindi natin masolusyonan to, tanungin natin si ganito. And then, yun yung nagiging sagot po. Yun po namin
Alright.
siya, yun po yung ginawa namin.
Thank you, Paeng. I'll jump off from the last point made by Paeng or mentioned by Paeng. And that's basically about collaborating or working closely with selected employees, faculty members, even administrators and alumni for some research group. And that's one key difference between practice of grade 11 and specialized research in grade 12. So let's talk about that particular experience. How was it like working with these professionals, these adults already? Was it fulfilling? Was it intimidating? Or did you have fun working with your panel of examiners?
On my case po, at first, medyo relief po kasi there are people na I'm very familiar with and acquainted to. Kaya ang kailangan na lang po namin gawin at that time is to be more professional sa mga ginagawa po namin mga work ethics, especially sa mga consultations. Every minute ng consultation na yun, every second, napakahalaga sa amin. Kasi kung ibibilang po namin yung mga consultations po, it's ang onti lang naman naging consultations with them kasi yung one or di namin po namin kaya pagsabay yung silang dalawa po na i-consult kasi isa po sa kanila po very busy po sa grade school since si Sir Kyle po napaka-busy po siya sa grade school nun. And yung nagiging source of consultation po lagi po si Ma'am Joanna po. And at times po yung kanilang mga consultations nagdi-differ po yung kanilang opinions. Kaya mahirap po namin po na ipagsabay po yung kanilang thoughts po, yung kanilang process po sa sample po sa may nag-agree po si ma'am na ito okay na ito, pero sabi ni sir hindi siya pabor sa ganyan. So medyo nagkakaroon po kami ng difficulties when it's information gain. Pero other than that, okay naman po yung experience po sa kanila.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And thank you for pointing that out kasi as course teacher, doon naman ako pumapasok. Kung halimbawang yung disagreements ay nangyayari between or among the panel of examiners, so suppose there is contrasting ideas coming from your promoter vis-a-vis your critic or your independent reader, doon naman mag-adjudicate, so to speak, si Ms. Chat na kung ano man yung ikabubuti nung study or nung research output, doon tayo nakasandal lagi. Okay? For the other groups, how was it like working with professionals, with adults, with administrators as part of your panelists?
Ano po, ma'am? At first, ma'am, it was intimidating. Kasi
Mhm.
yung panelist pa namin si Sir Bendia at si Mrs. Pineda. And nung bata po kasi, ma'am, yung grade 7 ako, ang absent namin nun, si Miss Pineda pa. So, nung di siya natanggal sa utak ko na parang science coordinator po, ganun. So, inisip ko palagi na siya yung absent. So, medyo kapag pumupunta kami ni Kurt sa kanya para magpa-consult, kailangan namin mentally prepare, ganun. Kailangan namin
Mhm.
mag-laps muna dun sa Magnificat Grounds bago kumatak sa chorus room. Tapos, ayun naman, intimidating kasi alam niyo na bibigyan kayo ng totoong honest criticism dun sa paper niyo. And yun nga, medyo takot ka kasi pinaghirapan mo yung paper na yun eh. Nagpuyat ka, ganun. Pero mas i-value mo pa rin yung mga sasabihin nila. Kasi at the end of the day, sila yung, kung ano man yung sasabihin nila, yun yung hahanapin nila doon sa paper.
Mm.
So, mas okay na rin na nagbibigay sila ng mga criticism or directions kasi yun yung tamang way, yun yung area doon nila of expertise. Kaya, tinitake na lang namin. And nakaka-relate po ako dun sa sinabi ni Nathaniel na may conflict dun sa parang gusto ni research one, ni promoter, tsaka ni research critic. Parang, yun, minsan stuck kami kung sino susundin namin, gano'n. Kasi kapag sinunod namin to, mawawala si ganito. Ito yung gusto ni promoter, gano'n.
Mhm.
So, yun nga, sinabi niyo po, kayo po yung parang nagde-decide kung ano yung magiging final say.
Yes.
And what else po? Sorry. Mas nakita po namin yung parang pagiging community po ng LSQC kasi parang kahit na hindi sila bayad para para mag-go ng extra effort na parang sige at this time bago ako mag-lunch magkita tayo gano'n. Ginagawa pa rin nila and na-appreciate naman po namin 'yun. Tapos ang naging like siguro obstacle lang po para sa amin is yun nga ah, hindi sila same ng schedule. So
Scheduling, okay.
nahihirapan kami ng Monday dapat nandito tayo, dapat ganitong oras eksakto. Kung hindi, wala. We move on to next week. So, no, doon kami nagkaroon ng problem dahil di namin ma-log yung mga consultation nila. And yun, di kami, mas madaming consultation kay promoter kaysa kay critic, gano'n.
Mhm.
And parang ayaw namin ma-undervalue yung isang critic. Kaya, try namin bumawi talaga, gano'n. Yun po, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Rico. Anything else to add before we jump to the next question?
Well,
Miss, para sa akin,
Go lang
Sige,
po.
Vince, go ahead.
Sige, short answer from me na lang po. Well, hindi naman natin matatanggal po yung feeling na kapag maghihingi tayo ng mga comments and opinions dun sa paper natin, hindi natin matatanggal yung feeling na nakakahiya naman tong ginagawa namin o kaya ang pangit ng quality tapos o kaya yung ano kayang sasabihin ng promoter. Well, for me naman, yes, nakakatakot siya pero at the end of the day, sila pa rin yung mga words pa rin nila yung mga kailangan natin to improve upon yung paper. So, there's no shame in whatever you show dun sa mga promoter ninyo. Kasi nga sila talaga yung susi para mapaganda yung mga paper kasi sila yung mas nakakaalam eh. So, I guess reassuring yung feeling na professional sila in that field, tapos sila yung pagpupuntahan mo. So, ang nakukuha mo naman is binibigay mo yung dignity mo at the same time, ang binabalik sa'yo is yung quality feedback naman. So, very reassuring yung pagpunta sa mga promoters.
Thank you, Vince. Ang ganda namang insight nun because it's one of the things that you had to unlearn early on. In practical research, you were basically in close collaboration with your course teacher. Upon entering grade 12, it was wider in scope kasi very collaborative na yung approach natin na lahat nung lalamanin ng papel is not just a product of what you understood based on your research interest, but also through the inputs, through the quality feedback that you also receive from your panel of examiners. Lastly, Ika, anything else to add?
Katulad po ni Lugtumis, nung una po, medyo intimidating po. Tsaka discouraging ng konti. Kasi, nung bago-bago po ako sa leadership, medyo natatakot ako sa si Sir Ed ng konti. Kaso,
Okay.
given enough time po, yun po, katulad po ng sinabi ni Vince, naging reassuring nga. Kasi, eventually po, naging friendly naman. At saka tinutulungan talaga kami ni Sir Ed na kahit sa mga defense, binibigyan niya kami ng tips kung paano, papasa kami, mag-pass, mga ganun po. Yun.
Thank you. All right, let's now jump to the next question. And this is one of the things that I don't explicitly see inside the classroom, but I would feel somehow through my students. So just to confirm, kasi perhaps pinagdaanan niyo siya. So this is a year-long project. In any point of the research project, did you experience burnout? And if so, how did you handle or manage it?
Yun po, na-experience po na on my end po, every meeting po natin sa research, I experience burnt out. Kasi on those, during those times po, doon ko po sinasabi po sa kanila na, ayun, ito na yung gagawin natin, guys. Pero, few minutes later, wala na naman silang gagawin. They're gonna do other stuff, ibang priorities. Yan po yung nakakanaw po sa akin. Nabiburn out po ako kasi ako po at saka yung leader po, kami yung dalawa lang po yung gumagawa ng paper po ng we took it very serious. And ayun po, isa din po namin member po, ginagawa po, pero medyo hit or miss siya. There's times na very into the paper po, pero if wala po siya sa focus, hindi niya po yung gagawin. At for coping...
How did you handle, yes, or manage it?
For coping po, wala po kami masyadong choice kasi po, yan na lang po yung it is what it is na lang po yung on our end.
Okay. Alright. Sige.
Hindi na po namin na
Okay. Sige. Thank you, Nathaniel. Paeng, you're raising your hand.
Yes po, ma'am. Basically, yun, it is what it is. Kaya parang when you talk about burnout, feeling ko kasi once dumating ka na sa point nun, from that point, continuing, you'll just have to accept it. Na parang, sige na. Kasi there are times na minsan, si Philip, dito na natutulog yun eh. Tapos, syempre, ang dami naming times na yung mga burnt outs, really, as in, nag-MIA sa ganito, nag-MIA sa ganyan. And then, kailangan namin matapos to this week. Na sometimes, late pa kami ng 2 days, even if ginawa na namin lahat. But, kailangan gawin eh. So, parang, ang sabi ko sa kanila, imbes you spend your time arguing at magreklamo, o matulog ka dito sa bahay, o palitan tayo. There was a time na we did it for like 3 straight days na dito natutulog si Philip, katabi ko pa ho dito. Tapos, we're like, sige, palitan. After ko ng 3 hours, sa'yo tong part na to. And then, parang, siguro it wouldn't be that extreme if we were more efficient workers na, I'm not gonna lie, hindi rin naman kami, we're not the best and we're not the early, hindi rin naman kami nagsisimula ng maaga. So, siguro that's part of it. Pero, ayun, parang we cope with the burnout and the stress by simply, parang we treat ourselves after na. We do not, parang hindi namin siya iniinda during the problem because we know na pag ininda namin yun at natulog na lang kami, we will not get anywhere. But after that, nandito sila lahat sa bahay. We celebrate minor success. Minsan
And you do that
kakain
how?
kami, ganyan.
And you do it how? Those minor successes, how do you celebrate those?
Punta po sila dito. Pwede ba yun sa ano? Ayun.
So off the record siya dapat. Okay, sige. Off the record
Off the
na lang
record,
dito. Okay, sige.
Or na lang.
Alright. But noted na you also reward yourself for minor or
Yes.
major accomplishments. Alright. But since
Yes
I'm
po.
hearing from Nathaniel and from Paeng, 2 beses ko na kasi narinig yung it is what it is. Do you mean to tell me, guys, that research burnout is something that we all must go through? Inevitable part of research ba siya? Really, Kiko? Sige, would you like to expound on that point further?
Ano po, ma'am? Parang ang na-realize ko nung nagre-research ako na parang hindi talaga magiging madali itong ginagawa natin. Kailangan natin ma-accept yun. Tapos, may naalala kong parang may parang quotation ako na sa isang video game na napanood ko. Na, do not pray for better days. Pray to become better men. And yun yung parang naging parang push sa akin na parang itong ginagawa namin, it's something bigger than us. Siyempre, hindi siya magiging madali. Lahat ng bagay na may meaning, may bigat sa buhay natin, may pagdadaanan siyang pagsubok. And yun yung kailangan namin, ang parang magiging challenge ng next researchers ma'am is to make peace muna with that idea na hindi kayo madadalian. Hindi dapat siya maging madali. Feeling ko magiging weird yun na walang problema sa research nyo kasi parang
Yeah.
anomalya yun. may mali kayong ginagawa.
Fake
So,
news yun.
kailangan talaga mahirapan. Kasi doon tayo nag-excel, doon tayo nabibuild as researchers, doon tayo nabibuild as mga tao. Kaya yun
All
po.
right. Thank you, Rico. So now that we're done talking about the concerns and the challenges surrounding research work, such as research burnout, such as disagreements and misunderstandings within the group, let's now talk about the high points or the highlights of your research experience. So what aspect of the research process did you find most memorable for good or not so good reasons? Anyone would like to start?
Ako po.
Go ahead.
For good po is yung sa theories po namin kasi nafe-feel ko po na yun po talaga yung backbone ng research po. Kasi yung mga theories po na yun, ako lang po talaga nag-develop. Ako po yung nag-ask po ng clarification po sa research team namin and it fits so well. At first, akala namin sulit na po kami sa isang theory. Nung first defense po, sabi namin, I think okay natin first theory. Pero nung recommend po sa amin na magdalawang theories po, sabi, napapaisip kami na, magkakaroon kami ng major revisions nito. Pero tinry po namin yun na maghanap ng second theory. We tried working on a third one pero hindi naman po hindi po namin po yun tinuloy kasi masyadong hassle na po yun at masyadong matrabaho na po yun. So, yung sa theories, ako po yung nagsuggest po at saka pina-confirm and onting revisions later, they became the backbone of our research po. Yan po isa sa mga most memorable highlights. And yung sa ano din po, yung sa data gathering, kasi nagkaroon po kami ng yung first data gathering po, ako po halos lahat halos lahat po na-interview ng mga respondents. And nakita po na all over the place ako at times nung dismissal at saka nung lunch. Kasi sabi ko po na ako na lang po doon bahala kasi at times nagdududa din po ako sa kung ano tatanungin ng mga groupmates ko po kung nagpa-follow up questions pa sila or hindi or mga ganun. Kaya since ako po yung mas maalam po sa paper, ginawa ko po yung part po ng data gathering process nung first take. Pero nung sinabi daw po na insufficient data at saka kailangan pa rin po ng rework, ayun po, kinaudit po namin yung second round po ng data gathering, which I gave taskings po na lahat po na gumawa po sa second round po ng data. Yun lang po.
Thank you, Nathaniel. How about the others? What aspect of the research process
Um,
did you find most memorable? Go ahead, Bangs.
Well, bago ko sabihin yung sagot, for the record, I do not recommend this sa future, sa mga magre-research. Do not recommend this.
Alin?
Mas maganda na last minute hula. I just
Okay.
see it as something memorable sa amin kasi um for dahil dun sa mga circumstance na pinagdaanan namin, lalo na nung final defense, medyo ganun ho talaga yung nangyari na last minute, including the script and all that. Pero yung mga pinagdaanan kasi namin, like for example, nung nag-push through si Nigel, nakapasok siya ng school, it's 30 minutes before our scheduled time ng final defense. Tapos tinitignan ko yung ginawa niya sa SketchUp, and there was merong mga minor na kailangan pang ibahin bigla kasi dahil nung parang for example yung fire exit na ginawa naming totoong pinto, for some reason naglagay yung siya ng fire hose doon imbes na fire extinguisher. So sabi ko sa kanya, bakit fire hose to? Saan nakakabit yung hose? So, ano na to? Paano naman? So parang there were those minor mistakes na nagagawa namin na kailangan namin yan ng last minute. I think dahil ang daming naging komplikasyon throughout along the way, isa yun sa naging defining moments namin as a group dahil kasi hindi kami sumuko, and then talagang we trusted each other up till the last moment, and we pushed through, and ayun, na-enlist pa kami. Hindi man kami nanalo, but we got enlisted sa na pwedeng maging best research for that year. So even with despite those complications sa pinagdaanan, yun yung nag-work kami as a group. So feeling ko, dahil since yun yung madalas nangyayari sa amin, and we were able to overcome that as a group, isa siya sa naging sa pinaka-memorable moments sa akin. Especially na ako yung leader, tapos parang nagigilty pa ako minsan kasi hindi ko na-oversee.
But again, we point out, Paeng, that we don't promote procrastination, right? Okay. Anything else to add, Ika, Vince? Baka may inputs rin kayo? What was the most memorable aspect of the research process?
Para sa akin po, Miss, isa po sa mga pinaka-memorable po sa research po namin is yung paggawa po namin ng Lectio Divina module. Kasi po, Miss, nakikita ko po na lahat po kami gumagawa, na lahat kami tulungan sa paggawa talaga ng magandang output. Tsaka besides po doon, Miss, memorable din po yung yung mga consultation po na pinupuntahan ko po para po sa research po namin. Kasi palagi ko pong kasama sa consultation is si Bolaños. Tsaka medyo helpful po para sa research namin. Tsaka memorable. Kasi sobrang dami po namin consultation para lang po gumanda yung output po namin. Tsaka para pumunta po sa right direction yung research po namin. Tapos yun, naging fulfilling naman po yung output.
Thank you, Ika. Vince, Kiko? Sige, Kiko, go ahead.
Yung memorable po para sa akin is yung pagpunta namin sa may San Vicente Ferrer kasi yun po yung first time ko. Tapos, ang topic pa ng research namin yung reproductive health ng mga babae. Tapos, ang nagtatanong lalaki. So, parang, alam ko may parang iba sa kanila ilang. Pero yun nga yung tinatry natin i-dismantle dun sa research namin na hindi siya, itong RH na topic is not male, female, gano'n. It's everyone's concern. So, yun nga, parang naalala ko na parang we start here, kumbaga, we break yung parang yung stereotypical na babae dapat ito isip mo lang na itong inisip mo is yung for the female body lang, yun.
Mhm.
Dapat makita nila na lahat, everyone is concerned, kumbaga, when it comes to health. Tapos, yung iba naman memorable is yung sinabi niyo po sa amin na shortlist kami. Kasi during those time naman po, parang hirap na kami, ma'am. So, nung sinabi niyo po yan, parang ang iniisip ko po na, with all honesty, dapat lang, ganun. Iniisip po na,
Okay.
tapos nung excited, di naman dahil sa yabang, ganun. Parang, kasi as a leader, kita ko din yung hirap ng bawat member ko. So, like, na-excite lang ako sabihin sa kanila, uy, shortlisted tayo, ganun guys. Kahit apat lang tayo na chikiting, nagawa natin maging maging shortlisted para sa best research. So, nakaka-proud po yun. Tapos yung isa pang memorable is yung pag-announce si Sir Buendia ng rating namin for final defense.
So that, yeah, okay.
Grabe yung naging tension nun. Kasi ang una niyang pinakita is no. Ay, ano?
Yeah.
Wait, tama ba? With
Fail.
revisions,
Ito,
fail.
teka, wait. I think I have it
Tapos,
with me.
sinanggal niya.
Ito.
Ano pa nag-isip kay Sir? Opo, yan. Yung puso ko po bumagsak. Kaya, akala ko, maano na kami nun. Like, so kami nagkamali ganun. Tapos, pinakita niya yung with revisions naman. Medyo okay na ako. Ay, sige, okay. Baka may mali kami nagawa. Tapos, yung binaba niya yung with no revision. So, kami nag So, ang saya lang na parang finally na ito yung gusto namin maging goal. And, na-commit namin.
Mhm.
Yun ang po. Ay,
Thank
meron pa
you.
po pala, sorry.
Sige,
Yung
last
po,
one.
yung pag-disseminate po namin nung yung learning
Learning
materials po namin.
materials. Mhm.
Opo. Tapos nung pinabasa po namin yun sa mga naging participants po namin, nag-uusap-usap sila, ay may ganito pala, ganyan pala yun. May mga nakikita namin na effective. Kumbaga, naiintindihan ng mga participants namin yung ginawa naming research project. And nakaka-fulfill yun kasi alam namin na may confidence na kami sabihin na may ambag na kami sa lipunan, ma'am. Ganun. Yun
Yes,
lang
and
po.
thank you, Kiko. And you were also doing the dissemination of the learning materials concurrent with your TO in CESC. So, yung multitasking na yun hindi rin biro because you had to finish your task first in Sir Buendia's class. After that, you had to accommodate your research task naman, which was the last request coming from your panelist also. Lastly, Vince, what for you is the most memorable part of the research process?
Well, sa amin po as a whole kasi medyo memorable po talaga yung research namin since we never really agreed upon sa kung ano yung topic na gagawin namin. Like, sobrang last minute lang po nung paggawa nung kung ano yung gagawin po namin kasi kalat na kalat, sa sobrang kalat na kalat po yung interest namin. Parang sa amin na nga lang po yung medyo tinapon yung iba eh. So parang hindi po talaga kami nag-agree sa kung ano yung topic namin. Tapos nung binato na lang sa amin, okay. Though hindi naman kami super interested sa topic na yun. Pero syempre, wala na rin kaming choice. Wala na kami maisip na topic na ano. Yun na lang yung ginawa namin. So all throughout nung paggawa po namin nung paper, parang ano ba to? Tama ba tong ginagawa namin? Wala nga kaming idea sa kung anong ano. Hypertension, ganyan. Ay bahala, makakatulong naman to siguro. So gawa na lang tayo. Yun na po. Parang sa simula pa lang up till the end, the whole year was very memorable naman.
Thank you, Vince. So it's good to hear that in spite of the challenges or the concerns or even the obstacles that came your way in doing or completing the research project, you still were able to see the high points and the good points of your research process, making it still a memorable one. So we're down to our last two questions. And because these two questions are related, sana in tandem yun na rin siyang sagutin. Kumbaga, back-to-back na yung pagsagot niyo sa akin. And my request is for everyone to give their own take on these final two questions. So, the second to the last one is, what real-life lessons did you learn through research? And the last question, what advice can you give to our incoming grade 12 students who will take up inquiries, investigations, and immersions for the first SIM and specialized research slash capstone for the second semester? Would like to go first?
Ako na.
Go
Ano
ahead.
po, isa lang, dalawa. Una is, pagkatiwalaan, minsan medyo mahirap gawin. Minsan kasi mapapartner ka sa someone you don't fully know. Pero pagkatiwalaan nyo sila, and at the same time, it's a year-long project, so you have the time to know their skills, lalo na kung ikaw yung magiging leader. Kasama kasi sa pagiging leader, yung hindi mo na lang basta bibigay kung ano yung task na trip mong pagawa sa kanila. But alongside with that is kung ano yung kaya nilang gawin. Kasi para at the same time, ma-burnout man, yung binibigay na task mo will be enjoyable for them kahit papaano. Yung pangalawa is, kahit hindi namin nagawa, do not procrastinate. Kasi it's really, parang I really think it will all be better kung maaga naming sinimulan lahat. And tapos, siguro ang unang papasok sa isip nyo is that, madaming ginagawa sa ibang subject kaya di namin ito magawa. Pero in the hindsight, naging grade 12 din kaming lahat. So, alam namin na kahit madaming ginagawa, madami din yung spare time na nilalaro ko na lang, di ba? So, it would be better if you really use those time, lalo na on crucial ones na pag malapit na yung final defense, malapit na dyan. You do what needs to be done. And may pangatlo pa pala, do not be afraid to ask for help. So yun din yung nangyari sa amin na nanghingi na kami ng tulong since madami nangyari sa group. So, ayun po.
Thank you, Paeng. So, nakikita naman yung sensible naman na yung rigid na deadlines ni ma'am or yung timetable ni ma'am. Kumbaga, did it make sense after completing the research project kung bakit ganun ka, hirap yung timetable ni ma'am or kung bakit ganun na nilalatag siya sa kabuuan? Sensible naman, Paeng, or anyone from the group in relation?
Sensible naman po, pero of course sometimes it is also
Heartless.
okay to
Okay.
now dito makipag-discussion on the date.
Okay. Negotiate if needed.
Negotiate.
Okay. Thank you. Next, who's next?
So, yung real life lessons po na I've got po from my research, kailangan lang po na whether you like the person or not, if they can get the job done, you should pick them. Kasi on my experience po na kahit okay naman, kahit magkakaibigan po kayo, pero yung work ethics naman po niya, hindi naman po ganyan kaganda, parang baliwala lang din po yun. Parang naging pabigat na din po yun sa grupo yung tao na yun. And yung pagsa-separate po ng friend, yung pagiging magkakaibigan, tapos yung sa pagiging professional sa task, kailangan po yun i-separate kasi naghihinder po yun on one another. Kasi at times na, nung real talk po ako ng onte po sa mga iba po mga members, yung iba po naging emotional, they took it into heart literally. Pinapagsabihan lang naman din po na hindi lang naman po sila gumagawa or onti lang yung ginagawa po nila. Tapos naging emotional, parang nakaka-apekto na sa kanila yun personally. Which sana hindi na nila yung ginawa kasi sorry to be a bit heartless kumbaga. Pero yan yung naging work ethic Hindi sila gumagalaw they would have to take it into heart na hindi nga sila gumagawa. Let it be an eye-opener para sa kanila na if trabaho. Kapag magkakaibigan, separate yun.
Thank you, though. Maganda yung insights rin, Mr. Dalun. Who's next? Sige, go ahead, Kiko.
Yung three things po three things, yung mga natandaan ko kung life lessons sa research is yung value ng empathy. And alam natin na ang first step to innovation is empathy, yung pag-unawa, pag-intindi. And hindi mo lang yun makikita sa research nyo, like on the, parang yung tumutulong ka para magdulas ng problema. Makikita mo rin yun sa grupo mo kasi with empathy, alam mo yung pagdadaanan ng grupo mo. Alam mo kung paano ka tutulong. Kung alam mo na hindi ka masyadong nakakatulong, alam mo na yung gagawin mo. And empathy naman dun sa parang research problem na may alam kayong problema ang kailangan lutasin and ginagawa niya na magkaroon ng sagot, magkaroon ng solusyon dun sa issue na yon. And yun yung talagang tumatak sa akin kasi bago pa tayo magkaisip ng solusyon, kailangan natin umunawa. Yung tamang pag-unawa, yun yung magdadala sa atin sobrang layo sa research natin. Kasi kung sabihin natin, kunyari, may problema tayo, bigla na tayo bigyan ng solution. Hindi yun yung magiging tama. Hindi yun sasapat. Kailangan natin intindihan muna yung problema. And dun tayo sa kagagawa ng solusyon. So, paano mo magagawa yun? Kailangan mo ng passion, kumbaga. Yung passion mo kasi yun yung kumbaga sa race na to, siya yung magiging parang last adrenaline rush mo. Kasi, si Philip ba yun? Sorry. Sorry. Yun yung parang magdadala sa'yo sa finish line. Kasi, magiging, at the start of the research, it's all technical. Pero at the end, magiging sentimental siya. Hindi na siya magiging papel lang na may mga chapters, gano'n. Hindi, isa siyang story. Isa siyang story na may mga acts, may mga chapters rin. Na kinukwento mo na yun yung isang conflict at paano nyo ginawa ng solusyon. At kung paano pa nyo susolusyonan for the future. So, mahalaga yan. Ang advice for the future researchers is ano ba pwede? Maging matatag. Kasi marathon to guys. Hindi to biro. Hindi to biro. Marathon talaga siya
Baka
na
naman
uubusin
matakot
kayo.
sila niyan, Kiko. Baka matakot, imbis na ma-inspire.
Masaya
Pero
kayo
sige.
ngayon, usapin nyo natin. Ma'am, para ready na dun sila.
Mhm.
Siyempre, hindi siya magiging masaya. Hindi siya magiging masaya. Pero at the same time, may fulfillment sa end of
Mhm.
the road. Kumbaga, may light sa end of the tunnel, ganun. May mga times na nag-burnout kayo, yes. Pero dito nyo makikita kung paano kayo mag-grow as a group, as a person rin. So, very meaningful tong magiging research experience nyo. And sana ma-forge nyo yung sarili nyo lalo. Para ready na kayo sa pagdating nyo sa college. And I agree with Paeng, huwag kayo mag-procrastinate. Kung anong kaya nyong gawin ngayon, gawin nyo na. Please, guys, please. Gawin nyo na agad. Seryoso ako, guys. Non-negotiable po ang pagiging tamad. Guys, ayun lang po.
Thank you, Kiko. Ika and Vince, your take for the last two questions.
Para sa akin po, miss, is sa mga pinaka-important na lessons na natutuhan ko as the leader of my group is kahit anong group, kahit saan ka man, kahit anong problema, lalo na pag nasa group works, tsaka sa environment talaga na mag-work ka kasama mga ibang tao, importante yung tiyaga at saka compromises. Kasi kumbaga, pinaka-advice ko is dapat sa mga group works na yan, katulad ng research, kailangan nyo talaga yung mga kasama nyo. Kasi sila rin na may mga company nyo sa pag-ensure na maganda yung output nyo. At saka dyan din darating ang aspect ng empathy kasi once kilala niyo talaga sila, dun lalabas ang mga compromises. Dun kayo gagawa ng mga compromises para makatulong sa isa't isa. Tapos besides po dun, isa ko pong advice is wag naman kayo motors niyo kasi sa huli sila rin yung tutulong sa pag-ensure na maganda yung output niyo. Tsaka
Mhm.
overall, enjoy niyo lang yung time niyo pag sa college. Tsaka pag-alis niyo senior high. Yun lang po.
Ika, follow-up question. Would you say that selecting who you're recommending, sorry, kasi yung final decision will be the course teacher. Crucial rin ba yung pagpili at pag-recommend ng promoter and panelist?
Sa tingin ko po, essential po yun. Tsaka
Mhm.
important.
Mhm.
So, bale, wag niyo piliin yung yung mga friendly lang na teacher. Piliin niyo yung magbibigay sa inyo talaga ng hard truths.
Mhm. Hard
Kasi
truth,
dun
sir.
talaga lalabas ang magandang output, tsaka magandang advices para sa research paper niyo.
Thank you, Ika.
Yun lang po.
Last one, Vince.
Ayun po, ma'am. Kaya po talaga ako nagpahuli. Kasi medyo kasi ang pagtingin ko sa work talaga, syempre lahat man tayo at some point mapapaisip na parang, ay, ayoko na magtrabaho muna, ayoko mag-ano. That is a normal feeling talaga na lahat naman ng tao nakakaramdam. It just means that you're tired and you need some time for yourself. So, to focus on muna dun sa yung paggawa nga ng research and everything. Research is something na you can't baby, na you can't soften yung paggawa nyo ng trabaho kasi nga everything that you're putting there is data, and if applicable, na igagamit siya sa totoong buhay talaga. So as much as possible, you have to be objective with everything, such as your data, such as your insights, such as your kung ano man yung sinasabi niya sa isa't isa. Hindi ito yung subject para create ng parang yung mga subjective na opinions and everything. You're putting something that are mixed facts, 'di ba? So
Empirical.
you're deriving researches from all across the globe para to make a single project na will be applicable and efficient for the lives of many. So it's not something that you can baby talaga. And talagang hard work is essential for it to be quality. And next naman is you really need yung katulad ng sinasabi natin at saka kanina ni Ika na feedback is everything. May it be sa friendly o sa masakit magsalita na teacher, sabihin natin kung may ganun man, feedback is feedback. You can't deny na okay, masakit siya magsalita, pero totoo naman yung sinasabi, 'di ba? So, ayun pa yung isa, you have to be objective with kung ano man yung feedback na pinupuna sa inyo. Don't think na may ini-insinuate or may something deeper na inaano. Kung ano talaga yung sasabihin ng promoter, yun yun. And if ever na malito man kayo, don't be afraid to ask questions. Kasi clarity can only bring about good quality. Ayun lang naman, ayun pa. Then next is communication talaga. And connecting ngayon sa sinasabi kanina na trust. Trust is something na napakahirap makuha at ibigay sa isa't isa, lalo na hindi mo naman kilala lahat ng mga tao na makakasalamuha mo. So what's the main key? You should be communicating talaga. Wala tayong choice kundi mag-communicate. Kasi paano mo malalaman kung anong gusto ng isang tao, kung napapagod na ba siya, kung hindi ka nagko-communicate, especially sa leader, you have no choice kundi magpagod at kung hindi maging patient. You have no choice but to be a patient leader talaga. Kasi ikaw ang kakausapin ng teacher, ikaw ang kakausap sa mga panelists, ikaw yung makikipag-schedule. Ayun. So yung skills na fina-foster natin throughout our research projects is something that nadadala talaga siya sa totoong buhay, as in. So next naman, medyo broad na 'to, pero katulad ng sa'min nga na halo-halo yung interest ng ng mga grupo. at wala sa aming nagkaroon ng parang intersecting interest, at least man lang show some interest dun sa kung ano yung mapupunta sa inyo na topic. Kasi 'di ba, when we want something to be of good quality, you need to put some interest dun sa topic na yon. Kasi nga, how are you expected to be gifted with a good quality paper when you don't show some interest and work hard for the paper? So at least man lang, ayun nga, katulad nga dun sa mga pabuhat and ano na ang concern is they don't give attention or at least man lang concern for the paper. Ayun lang ang advice ko is to show at least some interest dun sa ano. Kasi masakit sa leader yung wala silang maaasahan. Why are you a leader when you have no one to lead? Parang ganon. So, at least man lang be an asset, be a resource for kunyari manual labor man o ano, na parang sige ako na lang dito sa pag-present, ako na lang dito sa pag-print, ako na lang dito sa pag-ano, para at least yung mga hindi masyadong nagwo-work ng ano-ano, nababasa nila yung ginagawa, nakakapag-ano. And therefore, paano ba maano to? Therefore, parang knowledgeable din halos lahat. So, as a leader din, you have to make sure na yung information ng paper is napapass through with each and every one dun sa group para knowledgeable sila sa lahat na nangyayari. Kahit hindi man sila makinig, sabihin mo na, oh, ito yung nangyayari sa paper, ito yung nag-aano. You really have to compromise for yung lack of time na meron tayo. And speaking of time nga, sinasabi kanina, kung masaya kayo ngayon, you have to use that energy for the paper. Hindi tayo pwedeng paligoy-ligoy lang. Kunyari, masaya tayo ngayon. So, sige, mamaya na yan, bukas na yan. Trust me, yung mamaya na yan, magiging bukas na yan. Tapos yung bukas na yan, next week na lang yan. O kaya yung next week na lang yan, ay, wag na lang. So, ayun naman, yung isa naman is, kung masaya kayo, you have to be consistent na masaya kayo. Like, you really have to stay positive when all things are down. Kasi, especially for a leader, ikaw yung aasahan ng mga members mo na ano na yung gagawin, 'di ba? Ano na yung gagawin. So, you have to stay positive kasi yeah, okay. Thank you. In only a positive light can you find something na a solution, 'di ba? So, ayun, ang oras naman wala na tayong magagawa. Time is very constant. Such as this Zoom meeting na magtatapos. So, ayun po. Ayun lang naman.
All right. Thank you so much, Vince, and to everyone who participated in today's FGD. Nagulat ako dun sa level and depth of insights na nakuha natin from today's kwentuhan. Not because I did not expect it, but because natahi natin yung realizations ng bawat isa kahit na magkakaiba ng danas, the composition of each research group is different from one another. Your research design is also different from one another. And yet, at the end of your research outputs, we have also realized that it was not just the technical aspect of yourselves which developed. Yung sinasabi nga kanina ni Kiko na technical, which eventually turned or transformed into being a sentimental output as well. And I hope that the lessons that you have learned in research, both technical and soft skills, bit-bit nyo pa rin siya as you embark in your new journey ahead as you start with your college or university life.